Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. This time I'm going to show you how to get through the Wind Temple, as well as defeat the boss Colgera at the end. So if you are looking for help with a particular part of this dungeon, feel free to check the timestamps. But other than that, this is a pretty straightforward walkthrough. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. So one thing I do want to mention, starting off right here, is that I did melt an icicle right here for a chest, but inside of that chest was a weapon, so it's nothing crazy. There are no keys in this dungeon. It's all sort of contextual locks and everything, and the goal is to find the 5 wind turbines and turn them on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use this big wind tunnel here, and we're going to go all the way up to the roof of the temple. So we can use the wind gust to get a little bit further. And then we are going to land right here. And then you're going to take out the Ultra Hand, and you're going to open one of the latches. Doesn't matter which. Hello. Open. Thank you so much. Great. All right. And then we're going to drop in. And then you want to do your best to avoid the lasers. And then in here is a chest. All the chests of this dungeon are just, optional stuff. It's really nothing too crazy. But the wind turbine is right here, and this is the first one. So Tulin will, say, hey, look at that. It's just for one of the locks. It's kind of shaped like a windmill. So you want to walk up to the platform and then just speak with him. That will activate his wind gust ability, and then you just use it and shoot it right into the turbine. So that is turbine 1 of 5. And that corresponds with that gear right there.
Hey, Link. This thing opened.
All right, gotta find the other 4 now. So let's go back up. Avoid the lasers. If you just immediately take out your paraglider as soon as you jump out of the little crevice or out of the little room, you should avoid all the lasers. Okay, so next up, we are gonna go to the side right here. And then you wanna do your best to avoid the cannon. And then you want to go to this alcove right here with these icicles. Break them open. And then pop inside. Okay, so there are a couple of keys in here. Just waiting for them to show up. Go over and kill this one. And then you will notice that there's a chest through a tiny, tiny alcove right there. So what I like to do for this is I like to ascend up here. And then we're just going to glide into it, basically. And then we're going to get caught. And then once you're caught in there, you just want to mash in the left stick to crouch. And then you will just sort of go right in. I'm not sure if there's an intended way to do that, but that works for me. If you find a different method, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. All right, so for now, in order to get back, we want to kind of climb all the way up. And then we are going to let go. We missed it. Alternatively, you could just ascend out of this room, but, trying to be efficient here. Well, it's not. Okay, here we go. All right, we're going to ascend out of this room. This is getting a little silly. We'll just go over the edge again and come back in. Oh, hello. All right, let's go over the edge and then just slink right back into the room. All right. So once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to collect these keys parts, and then we're going to use the recall function and then just reverse time here and then ride the wheel over. Now, before you go into... Oh, never mind. Ignore that. I thought it was in a different room. All good. There's an enemy that takes a ruby, and it's actually it's a good trade-off, but we'll discuss it in a moment. So for this puzzle here, you may be thinking, well, hey, there's no wood posts or anything to connect these 2 gears, and you're right. However, there are icicles, so you just want to chop one down, take out your Ultra Hand, grab it, give it a quick rotation, And then you want to stick it onto... Hopefully that sticks. Why isn't this opening? There we go. That's strange. Alright, wait for Tulin to come inside. I guess you can just go up and talk to him. And then have him open the turbine, or turn on the turbine. All right. So now you want to take out your Ultra Hand again, and then just pull this lever. Okay, that opens that post there. And then we're going to use this trampoline over here to get back up. Okay. Let's glide back over here. And then we're going to open up a couple of rooms over here. Not before taking out this Zonai guy. Actually, I need to add him to my compendium. There we go. I do like that Tulin kind of joins you in the fights. I wish he was at least somewhat controllable, but it's okay. Alright, so... yeah, let's open up this one first. Nope, wrong one. Take out your Ultra Hand. Push that over. So this guy has a flame emitter spear, so be very careful when fighting him. What am I trying to do? Take that, thank you. Let's go ahead and open up this chest. This is just an optional room with a chest. There's nothing else in here. Get yourself an opal. And then we're going to go to the other side now. And then you'll notice that this is broken, and so you can't really do much with it. However, if you've been doing the shrines up to this point, you should have encountered something in a shrine that required you to stick a post onto the edge of a lever. This may not work. Oh, it does, okay. It was in a weird position. But you basically just want to, like, complete the lever yourself. All right, then we have our third turbine here. Let's go ahead and speak with Tulin. And then we activate the third turbine. 2 more to go. All right. So there's a couple of ways to approach these last 2. I am going to go from the bottom up. Actually, let's melt this over here. Oh. Yeah, get some arrows. Arrows are so valuable in this game. It's crazy. Wrong weapon. Okay, so one of the turbines is actually on the bottom of the dungeon. So what we're going to do is we're first going to jump over to this platform to get this chest. I actually missed this my first time through the dungeon, so I'm glad I found this. I have no idea what's in here. Give me a diamond. Give me a fat diamond. All right, large zonate. Not bad. All right, so you notice that a cannon is targeting us. You can just let it fire, although it may give up now. Nope, it's going to shoot a cannonball. All right. So we are going to go over here. However, we are not going to go into this room. Instead, we're going to come all the way down, and then you'll see a turbine over there. So we got to get there next. Okay. Oops. Oh, can't carry any more shields. Let's drop one. Really? I do like that they added it so you can drop things while opening chests, but I feel like they should have just brought that forward to everything. Anyway, there's turbine number 4, and this is actually going to also open a door that's behind us, and so we're going to use that door to get to the next turbine. The alternate way is to just go through the alcove that I ignored. But it opens up this door, so let's go in here. All right, and then there's a ladder here. Okay. Take care of this guy. Okie doke. And then through this little laser grid here is another chest. I believe there's a sapphire in here. Just crouch under this one, jump over this one, and then you're home free. Ruby. Okay. So I mentioned before that there is an enemy that will take a ruby and use it. That enemy is coming up now. So let's take care of these keys. Okay, then let's ascend up here. Alternatively, you can, like, super quickly jump, paraglider, get a gust out of Tulin, but it's just easier to do this. It's safer. Okay, before you really enter this room, there is a construct over here and a ruby that he's going to attempt to attach to his sword. Now, if he does that, it creates a sort of like a flame sword, which is really helpful to melt things. It does take an item slot, but it does also save resources. So I'm just going to let him create it, and then we're going to kill him. Alternatively, you could try to ultra hand it away from him, but, you know, I'm not going to bother. So yeah, he creates this flame sword. Whoops. There we go. Oh, my spear broke. All right, and you get the ruby broadsword. So like I said, the ruby broadsword is always on fire, which makes it super useful for melting things. And you don't even have to be close to anything. You could just straight up stand next to something, and this will melt it. It acts the same as it did in Breath of the Wild. So really, really useful weapon to keep in your inventory. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to ascend here. This will bring us up to the next floor. And then from here, there will be a chest on our right underneath some rubble, so get ready with your Ultra Hand. Change my weapon again. Okay. Captain Reaper. Do I want to give anything up? I'll give up one of my torches. Alrighty. So this room is a little tricky. This took me a little while to figure out, but we basically need to keep this wheel turning consistently in order for the gate to stay open. So the way we do that is actually using Tulin as well as this piece of rubble here. So we're going to flip this up, and then we're going to attach it to this bit right here. And then we're going to talk to Tulin to activate his gust. We're just going to stand right in front of it. He's going to use it. He's going to keep that gear moving, and then the door stays open. That took me a little while to figure out. Okay, so we got this guy. All right, and then the fifth and final turbine. Where you at, buddy? All right. So that's number 5, and then this is going to bring us back right to the start of the dungeon.
That's it, Link. We should be able to open it.
All right. So this is the first chest that I told you that I opened before I started recording, and we're right back at the beginning. So it's a good order to do things in, kind of a bit cinematic. So now it's time to fight the boss. This is more of like a cinematic style boss than a traditional combat style boss. There's still a fair bit of combat, but the boss kind of like lets you win if you just pay attention. So we're going to activate the, I don't know, obelisk gear, whatever you want to call this. The gears go down as the turbines are now active, and then that is going to open the gate. I'm going to skip the cutscene here, and we're going to get right into the boss fight. All right, so this is Colgera. It's a really interesting fight. You more or less have infinite stamina. If you just let go of your paraglider and start again, your stamina refreshes. When you see it go into a portal, it's going to come up from underneath you, so you just want to fly in one direction. And then what you can do is you can actually take out your bow, and then if you want, you can shoot the little hearts. You don't have to do that. Instead, what you can do is you can actually... I'm going to do it again, just because it's so quick here. What you can actually do, I'll let him do it for the third and final one. What you can do is you can just wait, and he will automatically break the spikes off of his own body. I'm not sure why he does that. Maybe just to make it easy for players. I'm not really sure. But when he starts wiggling around, this is what happens. And so it usually does first, second, last. Whoa. You can get hit by the debris, but all you gotta do is just dive into it, and it counts as a full hit. So Link literally acts as a weapon himself, which I think is pretty cool. So for Phase 2 here, it's more or less the same exact thing. However, the boss now will summon a bunch of tornadoes around him whenever he's about to become vulnerable. However, if you're comfortable using your bow in midair, this becomes a little bit easier because, of course, you know, you can just do the same thing I just showed you. You can just wait for the boss to come to you and just shoot it with arrows. All right. So he shouts. Oh, more tornadoes. Didn't even, it was above me that time. All right, so you can use Tulin to get you away from them. Okay. And then he's going to start wiggling. Armor is going to break off for the first one. Make sure you avoid it as best you can. And then we're going to dive bomb into it. There we go. Had to adjust a few times there, but all good. And the ball. Oh, I didn't even see where he was. So now the boss is going to come out from beneath us, out of a portal. So try to fly away. Go ahead and take out your bow. Actually, I have a quick bow here, the swallow bow. Ah. That didn't work out. I'm not sure if that's going to hit. Oh, wow, look at that. All right, so we got the boss down to one more hit. He should be shaking off his armor here in a second. And again, just make sure you're constantly refreshing your stamina meter. You want to do your best not to run out. Use Tulin to get away from the tornadoes whenever possible. All right, the boss starts chipping away his own armor. I'm not sure if we're going to make this one just because I don't have Tulin available. Got him. That's the Wind Temple. That's the boss. That's the whole thing. So from here, I'm just going to loop the video back just because I don't want to spoil anything for you. But that's the whole dungeon. It's kind of short once you know where everything is, but it's a pretty creative dungeon in my opinion. Step up from Breath of the Wild from the Divine Beasts, and I'm hoping to see more. This is my first dungeon that I'm doing. Maybe it's yours if you're following the directions of the game. But yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, you can do so by becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. The links for those are in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.